Wow, that is beautiful.
In today's video, I'm taking the CFMOTO 450 MT up to Cebu City, and I'm going to have some crash bars, OEM crash bars fitted to it. And on this ride, I thought I'd talk about the road handling of this bike. A lot of people online have done loads of off-road testing of this bike. It's sort of got a little bit of off-road chops, but a lot of people are going to use this bike mainly on the road. So today we're going to talk about whether it's a good choice for a road bike, with the idea that you're going to do adventure mainly on the road, but you are going to probably do a few little tracks and trails, and you don't want to have to stop where the road ends. We'll start with the engine. It's got about 44 horsepower, around about 40 something Newton meters of torque. Twin cylinder, obviously. You guys know all this already. I'm not going to go through all the specs in this video today because they're all available. I'm just going to talk about how it feels. I'm a medium-paced rider on the road. It depends on my mood as to how fast I want to go. But I can tell you now that this engine's got nice, it's not fast by any means, let's be honest, but it's got nice pickup. It's got nice low and mid-range pull. Plenty for overtaking. You've probably listened to a million videos on the exhaust sound of this bike. Because it's a 270 crank, it just sounds phenomenal. As I'm getting more and more miles on it, I just find this engine is really nice and smooth. Very, very few vibrations on the handlebars or on the foot pegs. Just a tiny, tiny little buzz. The engine's really impressed me so far. And it has got plenty for somewhere like the Philippines, these kind of roads, to be going quicker than any of the traffic on the road here. Third gear's got a nice amount of pull on it. Second gear obviously has. Third gear is excellent. Got a nice range, doesn't chug down low or anything like that too much. It pulls really, really well. So going on from the engine to the gearbox, it definitely is a nice gearbox. It's smooth. I did initially find there was a little bit of clunkiness between first and second, but only a little bit. And the gearbox, as it's wearing in now, I got 660 kilometers on the clock. It's starting to smooth out, and the whole bike feels smooth actually. We'll get past all this traffic in a minute. Nip past him, and then we'll go for the next one. The only thing I'd say about the gearbox, and we'll probably see this in a little bit when I get on some straighter roads, is at the top end, 6th gear, it's a little bit short geared. For me, that's not really an issue. It will still sit at 120 kilometers an hour, which I rarely do here, if I'm honest with you. The bike is very neutral. It's really, really neutral. It's a nice, comfortable position. The distance from the bars to the seat is a nice distance. I can get a nice just bend in my elbows. I'm not stretching, but I'm not cramped. I'm 6 foot tall, with sort of average dimensions for someone who's 6 foot tall, 32.5 inch inside seam. And the only issue I have with the bike is the seat height is a little bit low for me. I am getting used to it. I do have a rally seat on order, but whilst I'm waiting for that, I'm still riding the bike anyway with the standard seat. And the comfort of the seat is actually very good. It's just a little bit low, therefore a little bit cramped on the hips, but I'm not getting any pain from it, or even discomfort, to be honest. So the ergonomics are fantastic. Like the mirrors, for instance, are pretty good. I have found that you need to check them after you get the bike from the dealer, because a lot of the bits are not quite tightened up as much as they need to be. And in case of the mirrors, the first ride I took it out, the mirrors were moving position a little bit. I found that that's okay now. I've done them, tightened them up myself, and they give you a decent view behind, but they also have that party trick where they flip up and they get out of the way, which you probably all know already, so that's pretty cool. One thing that we'll see more of once we get into the city is the clutch pull on this bike is very light, very easy. It's also obviously got adjustable levers, so you've got adjustable brake and clutch levers, which is excellent on a bike priced like this. Tell you what I noticed, guys, is the balance of this bike is really nice. It's really neutral, The bike feels no effort at all like this now, just to chug along at low speed. It's very comfortable. The engine, if I lug the engine, it's happy enough as long as you're above 2000 RPM there. It's happy enough to just chug along. And then when you want to, you can just say, oh, I've had enough of this. We'll go past that one. And it pulls quickly, it revs quickly. It's a fun little engine, this. Engine just pulls beautifully. So it comes with plastic handguards as stock. They're alright, they'll probably take a drop, but I should imagine that you'll be wanting to replace them if you're going to do any off-road. I've put bark busters on them, so there is a specific kit for the 450 MT, which is great, which is what I've put on. In terms of the comfort and the ergonomics, again, it is an upright riding position. It's the typical adventure bike riding position. Don't be fooled that it's a 450. It feels like a full-size bike, like a full-size adventure bike. It doesn't feel like a huge one. It doesn't feel like a GS. It doesn't feel as big as my V-Strom. It feels lighter and smaller than that. But it feels substantially bigger than something like a CRF 300 Rally, particularly around the tank area. So you've got a 17-litre tank in this. I'll give you some fuel economy figures in a future video. At the moment, we're looking at about 22 kilometers per litre is roughly what I seem to be getting at the moment, depending on how I'm riding it. The cornering on it is beautiful, by the way. The handling, these CST tyres, I have absolutely no issues with on the road or in the dry. No complaints. I wouldn't immediately swap these tyres out. I'm happy to run these tyres until they are done. They give nice grip, nice lean angle. They feel solid on the road. You know, the grip's decent. I'm not finding the front end feels vague or loose at all. And they give a lot of confidence, to be honest. I'm pretty happy with them. I've owned a lot of different bikes over the last 10-15 years, and this one certainly is up there in terms of comfort and handling on the road. It's like the V-Strom 650 XT was very confidence inspiring, I always thought, and this is the same, but it's lighter. It feels more flickable. I just think, yeah, it's nice on the road. The suspension, when it comes out of the shop, at default is a little bit harsh if you're riding slowly on sort of bumps, but if you just take a little bit of the compression out of it, set your sag and everything, which is what I've done now, it's pretty compliant. Going over, this obviously is smooth road, but I got some bumps and stuff back there, and it's pretty compliant, just taking you over the bumps comfortably. The seat is comfortable. The seat is really quite plush. A little bit narrow on the edges perhaps, where you can just feel your arse as you lean off. You can just feel your arse and the rails underneath it. So if you want it a little bit plusher still, you can get the rally seat. See, what's nice about it at slow speed is this clutch. This clutch is super light. Tell you what else is nice is the foot pegs are quite wide for stock foot pegs. They give you a really nice platform to plant your feet on. Means you can just do everything with your legs. You've got a nice platform for your feet. You could tuck your knees in here by the tank and relax your arms, and just, I reckon I could ride this bike for hours and hours on end. We've also obviously got the adjustable screen, which I've actually got in the off-road position because I was planning an off-road ride today, but decided to go up and get these parts. And it's adjustment on either side, but one-hand adjustment. The screen is good in that it's adjustable and that you can drop it down for off-road, so if you're attacking a little bit more, you can get your head out over the front. In terms of wind protection, once we get going, I'll talk about that. But what I've found so far is that it offers some protection. If you're touring on the road a lot, I imagine you're going to want to swap out to that tool screen or put one of those little Givey extensions on it or something like that. And that will just create more of a nice bubble for you. I've not found that I'm getting turbulent air or anything like that around my helmet. I'm wearing a peaked helmet as well, so that's pretty good to note. Creature comforts on the bike. You've got obviously the adjustable screen. You can swap the seat out. The rear linkage is also adjustable in height, so you can drop it down, or if you're a little bit shorter. You've got USB-C and USB-A, which I think is fantastic. I've got my Aochi C6 Pro navigation system in here. I've got that plugged in permanently to the USB-A port, but if I should need to stick my phone on charge, I can just whack that into the USB-C port as well, so that's excellent. You've got traction control and ABS. You've got no levels to it, so it's just an on-off thing, but you can turn both traction control and rear wheel ABS off via this switch here, and it's just a press and hold to turn it off and then a press to turn it back on. That's good if you're going to hit the tracks and trails, a little bit of gravel, something like that. I've not found the system to be intrusive. Slow speed handling is very easy. That's a combination of the lightweight feel, so it feels like the bike carries the weight down low. I know it's not light at 190-ish kilos wet, but it feels light and easily maneuverable at slow speed. The low seat height as well, for anyone who's shorter than I am, you're going to love that low seat height. It's just so easy to get your foot down. The only complaint I'd have about it on slow speed handling is the throttle just on the on-off is just a little bit, not snatchy, but it's just a little bit jolty, just a little bit sort of right on and off. It just has that little bit right at the bottom that just jerks a little bit. A little bit of play with the clutch obviously gets rid of that. I know some people have tightened up. There's a tiny, well, there's not on mine. There's a tiny bit of slack on some people's throttle cables, so it's worth checking yours out to see whether there is a little bit of play on your throttle cable and tighten that up, and then you might find that it helps the bottom end. It's not snatchy, so some people have said it's snatchy. I think snatchy is too strong a term for that. For me, the KTM Duke 790 that I had, that was snatchy. This is not. The brakes feel decent in terms of stopping power. They just don't feel incredible in terms of feel. They just feel a little bit wooden, a little bit on-off. So they're okay. I'd say the brakes are okay. Let's just go up behind him and them. They've definitely got stopping power. The tuck in the front slightly there, and the suspension at the front is fairly firm. They just the feel of them. I felt better, I felt worse, put it that way. So I'd say the brakes are decent stopping power, average feel. But on a bike at this price point, I'd say then they're pretty decent. Do you know what I mean? Like for the price, there's you're not going to have major issues with them. It's not like horrendous. Let's just go a bit. Back brake's got actually surprisingly good stopping power. I just braked on the back only then, and I've noticed it when I'm off-road as well, that it's got good feel to it, the back brake. I'm impressed with the back brake more than the front. The handling of it in town is lovely. So neutral feeling, so balanced, and it feels light, it feels lightweight. I know it's not a lightweight. I know everyone's going to say, oh, how could a 190 kilo bike feel lightweight? Get on one, ride one, and just see what you think, because for me it feels light. So one thing I mentioned as well is engine heat. So my CRF 300L kicks out a lot of heat, particularly when you're doing slow speed stuff, and it kicks out the heat on the right hand side here, and you can really feel that on your leg quite often. In traffic like this now, it would be starting to get a little bit uncomfortable. The V-Strom 800 DE also kicks out a lot of engine heat, I've noticed. Now, what is it? It is I think it's 34 degrees today. And the engine is sitting at 87 degrees, just gone up to 88 in this traffic. The fan is not on yet, and I am in traffic here, slow traffic in that kind of temperature. And it's not kicking out a bunch of heat to me. I'm gonna have to open my visor though, because I am sweating. So in terms of heat management, I think this bike's really good, particularly for these hotter places like the Philippines or whatever. Sat in traffic, we'll quickly talk about the controls. So you've got a pretty nice set of controls on this bike. Very simple, KTM-esque in the look, but actually, for me, they feel better than the KTM stuff that I've rode. And you've got a very simple menu system with navigation here. You can change your readings the information that you're getting, trip meters, things like that, with just a quick flick of the up button here, or the down button changes your sort of your range and your average fuel consumption and all those things. And then you just quickly tap enter. Don't pull across in front of me, you absolute bellend. And then you can get into your menu system for a bunch of other stuff. So you can turn off ABS in there, you can turn off traction control, and you can change a bunch of other settings within there, as well as set up Bluetooth connection to your phone, your headsets, all those things. The actual screen itself, the dash, is really bright and clear. So you can see today I am in seriously hot weather. It's well over 30 odd degrees, bright sunshine, not a cloud in the sky that I can see at the moment, and it is clearly visible. It's got an auto brightness setting. In terms of being able to see it, it's great. It's got all the information that you want or need. A clearly visible digital replica of a tacho, which is nice to see. Digital speedo, gear position indicator, and all those things. So it's got everything you need. Sounds beautiful. Didn't mention it's got this little accessory bar on here as well. It's a great idea. Unfortunately, I'm finding that it's too narrow for all my mounts. So you need to get an adapter mount or something. I've actually ordered from Uncle Wang's. I've ordered a rally mount for here on the bike, which gives me a thicker mounting point that I can put this Aochi C6 Pro on, which I'm really impressed with. No, if you're looking for a cheap navigation solution and you're fed up with GPSs like TomTom, which I was, sending me on the wrong routes and stuff and not having very accurate mapping information, but you don't want to put your phone on there, this is a really, really good solution. Go and check out my video on that, and it goes through it in a bit more detail. So honest opinion on this bike is fantastic, to be honest. I mean, if they'd have made it 25 kilos lighter and it had a made in Japan sticker on it, I think everyone would be creaming their pants over it. As it is, the weight could be lighter, but then the price would go up. It costs a lot of money to save weight, I think, and so the value that it gives, geez, it's just incredible, to be honest, the value this bike gives. I can't believe for 4,600 quid, which is what I paid for it over here, that you can have this bike. You could never have had this bike just even a few years ago. I mean, what more do you want? We want reliability. Well, the engine's been in some CFMOTOs for a couple of years now, and there's been no major reports of issues, so we can keep our fingers crossed on that one. I will be doing a long-term reliability report on this bike as well. I am servicing it exactly by the book, so there can be no comeback from people saying, oh yeah, but you didn't service it on time. So this will be serviced by the book, to the letter, and then we'll see in 6 months and then in 12 months time, and at random periods we'll see how it's going. I mean, to be honest, the way the bike feels, unless I get some issue coming up that's unexpected and out of the blue, for me, I feel more comfortable and more trusting of this than I do of the KTMs I had here. It just feels better built than those KTM lower CC bikes, lower capacity bikes like the Duke 390 and the RC 390 that I've had here. This feels better put together. If this guy would just stop swerving all over the place, then I could see what fourth gear roll on is like. We'll do it now. Yeah, very, very nice. Nice roll on power. Fourth gear is like a do-it-all gear. I mean, I could clutch it and putt around pretty slow speed. It's down to 2,500, 38 kilometers an hour. It's not chugging. I'm trying to see the point at which it chugs. I'm down to 2,000, 30 kilometers an hour. It's still going along. It's not chugging. It's not stuttering. And then all the way from there, instantly picks up. Yeah, what a versatile gear fourth gear is. This is, for me, this is not the kind of riding you want to be doing in the Philippines. It's so hot. But sometimes you got to. Sometimes, like with the CFMOTO, I've got to go up here to get the bike serviced. I've got to go up here to get the parts fitted because I'm buying the parts off the actual dealer because they're OEM crash bars. So sometimes you've got to bite the bullet and do it. And I'd say this bike is about as comfortable as you can get for this kind of riding. It's got enough power to be overtaking everything, but at the same time light enough that it doesn't feel unwieldy or unmanageable once you're in the traffic. He's looking very comfortable on the old CRF 300 Rally now. I think we're going to start doing some bigger tours, some longer rides. For any of you who watched the last tour we did around Negros, you'll see he was on a scooter. He's getting very comfortable on the Rally. In fact, he was around my place the other day and he said, "Do you mind if I take your CRF 300L out for a ride? Because I want to feel what the difference is like." And he really liked the L. I'm going to do a video coming up soon about bags, soft luggage versus hard luggage, and also just the best options for soft luggage in general. So you'll see across there, he's got the Rhino Walk 28 litres on the CRF. I have got the Westwind Moto RW40 Enduro bags, which are a higher quality bag than the Rhino Walks. But the Rhino Walks are a decent budget option. So I'm going to run you through all the luggage setups I've got. I've got a variety of different ones. And hopefully you'll be able to pick something out that is suitable for your budget and for what you want. So stay tuned for that video. One thing I'd ask you to do is don't forget to like and subscribe. If you can, it really helps me out. I noticed that a lot of people watch my videos and then don't subscribe. Maybe you don't like the videos, but if you do like the videos, then I'd really appreciate it if you just press that button and subscribe.
So if you jump it, the suspension goes up so much, you've got to be careful not to smash that.
There you go, count that back. There's your 0 to 100 time. Whee! Just wanted to stop at the side of the road. We've just done about 2 hours of heavy traffic in Cebu. It is 5:07 in the afternoon, and I needed to stop to get water, food, and yeah, I mean the heat is no joke today in that traffic at least 35-36 degrees in the sun. I'm suffering with heat exhaustion. I just had a light-headed turn. So actually I'm not going to talk too much more. I just need to chill, get my breath back, get rehydrated, cool down. But we're out of the main traffic now. But it is not fun. Look at that sunset. Absolutely stunning. Now see the throw of the lights on the road. And it throws pretty wide and pretty bright. Dust. I'm pretty happy with that. Now I just flick on full beam and it's pretty good for riding at night. A nice wide throw, so when you're cornering like that, it's still throwing light, casting light onto the inside where you're heading, so the inside of the corner. Even on normal standard beam, pretty good light. Full beam, yeah, that's decent. Goes from about 3 meters in front of you to about 10 meters in front of you, so not bad. How many people can you fit on a scooter? Well, one. Let's have a look. There's a kid up front. Let's have a look. There's one kid up front, an adult driving, another kid, And then what looks like might be the... Oh, no, 2 more girls at the back, teenagers. So we're at 1, 2, and there's a baby as well. Let's go past him, we'll see. That is spectacular. Guys, that's it. I'll see you on the next one.